Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. The Evo Chef is back with another race. So this time it's going to be happen in Autodrome di Maggiore, another beautiful city, awesome track with lots of fast flowing curves. So I'm driving Mitsubishi's Evolution for this race. As so about the car, it's not everyone's choice when it comes to manufacturer series because it's really lacking the top speed on the straights. In curves I feel like you can really attack, but when it comes to straights, if someone has slipstream of you, eventually you're gonna get past easily. So but having said that, in real life I own Evo, I love Evo, so I'm driving this series for Mitsubishi. Let's hope that we can get much more points. So during qualifying, it was a good qualifying session for us. I was behind the Volkswagen. I managed to get all the slipstream from him. So starting with Paul 1 minute 58, and that's probably enough to get the job done in here in C class. That's me on pole position with a beautiful Evo. And then we have a following by one Volkswagen who's a British driver behind us. And then for P3 we have Mercedes driver all the way from German, and then we have a BMW sitting on 4th place with a British driver on it, and then we have another driver from Finland who's driving for Mazda Racing. And P6 we have an Italian driver on Mercedes, and then we got another Romanian driver on P6, P7. So there you go guys, let's start. So from the beginning of the start I was just trying to warm up my tires as much as I could, but I'm sitting on medium tires. My strategy here is to go easy on the sector 1, really on first 5 laps, at least even P2 or P3 I'm fine with that, because oh, we had the Volkswagen on on soft tires. Let me show you that move. It was one crazy move. I mean, don't do that. That I was aware of him, and he just passed me. It was like a slap right on my left ear. It was like a jet. He just passed me like a jet. I don't know how did he do it, but no harm done, and I'm alright giving away the position because at this point I'm running on medium tires. I really don't have to go hard, but as you can see I'm catching up him easily. So there's not, and I'm on my medium tires, he's on his soft tires. So if I can do this on medium tires, eventually when I get the hard soft tires done, I have a lot more ability to go and attack. So still lap 1 too early to do anything crazy, so we are just sitting nice and easy on him, and then we're just using his slipstream. I should have done some fuel saving here, but at this point I was just trying to focus on staying on the track with him rather than doing anything silly. So we are coming on to the end of lap 1, no harm from behind, and we are just keeping our pace. It seems like okay for us at this point. There's not, so let's see what would happen ahead. To the lap 2 we had a good entry, good exit there, and just because of that we managed to get the gap down, because it's very hard at this point to keep up with this car because he's on softs and he's driving really good at this point. And plus top of that is that car is awesome on the curves, especially on fast flowing curves, and then it can carry a lot of speed people. But we Evo, this is where Evo struggles. Like Evo doesn't really has much more straight line speed, so as long as I have his slipstream I'm alright. I can go ahead, and right here is the mistake number 1 I made. I went to the grass there, and then it just because I dropped the speed I lost a lot of exit speed there, and then because of that I gave up everything. I built up on lap 1. So but it's too early to decide anything. I just have to keep on going. I just have to keep on pushing harder as much as I could, because sector 2, which is my laps, my as per my strategy, I'll be fine to go and attack. I just have to be in a limit where that he's visible the P1, so I can go and attack. Since I must say the strategy of the tires here, you must use hards and mediums. So in race 1 I also got 1 minute penalty for not using medium tires, because I was not aware about that. But then this is my race 2 for this one, and I was fine. I knew this the restrictions. And at this point, German probably sorry, the Italian seems very close to us. I don't know how he did it. Oh, oops, there you go. This is complete unnecessary move. Let me show you what he did there. He just literally outbreak himself. He break very late. I have given him the space, and he had enough. As you can see, he had enough space if he wants to dig into inside and make a move. But he decided to turn into me. He just ruined our race. Plus, he didn't even give the position back. This is bad racing, guys. As I was always telling, just don't do things makes you look bad. Don't do things that you can't be satisfied even after winning a race by doing such a things. So because of that happens, we drop down to P5 at this point, because another two positions, it cost me somewhere around 7 to 8 seconds during the race, and that puts us on P5 at this point. Now it's all about, I have to put my head down and just go and attack as much as I could. And now my race win probably is going over at this point, unless the front runners don't make stupid mistakes or they got rammed by Mr. Italian. It's gone. But I still have a belief on my strategy that I can really go and attack during the mid sectors and at least get P3 or P2 back. So let's see what will happen. This is lap 4. I'm just keeping my head down. I'm just trying to focus as much as I could. And we do have a yellow flag ahead. Probably someone spin out. No, nothing to come. Yeah, the Italian spit out. Italian had the karma. So somehow I always, even my last race video, if you have watched, I always get whacked by Italians. Italians has this thing for my cow livery. I don't know what's happening, but they have a thing for me. So they always spin me out. They always hit me. So I'm not against Italians. So it's just one driver who made the race looks bad. But don't do that. Don't make yourself look bad on the track. It's not good. Otherwise you'll be the Momos, very famous RAMMER. So yeah, so we are going to lap 5. We are heading to lap 5, and then let's see what would happen in next. Can I keep up? Can I just, if I think I have enough pace, because on mediums I'm doing okay, and as soon as I get into the hards I'll be fine and I'll be able to catch them up. So fingers crossed we'll be able to catch them. With the Viper, so which is the Frenchman ahead. So Frenchman seems going okay, but probably he's on his soft, he's on his mediums as well. That's why his pace is a little low. But so can we get involved with him at least on this lap? So following lap I'll be able to just go and catch him up. Sorry. At this point I really have to think ahead, because now I'm gonna have to pit on this or the next lap probably. But if I can get as close as I can to this pack, I'm alright to go ahead and do my pitting, because from the first pit I'll be switching to softs, and then from there I have a lack of it. I feel like I boosted 100 horsepower instead, like you had 100 horsepower not shot when you put soft on this car, because I don't really have to have any traction on it. I can take bends much more faster than the normal medium tires. So fingers crossed I can catch them up in next 2 laps. So I'm going to the pit. I decided at this point, because I want them to fight since they are on a pack, and then Italian seems very dangerous. So I just decided to go and put some fuel on me, put some. So while during the pit we had 2 overtook me, one German and one South African, but unfortunately Finland decided to go to the grass. He did some grass cutting there, so thanks to that we are jumping to P7. And then Mercedes driver, the German, decided to go do some grass cutting. I don't know what's happening with Mercedes. Both Mercedes went to cut some grass, just like Bottas did on the race one. So it's all good now. We are back to P6, and then from this point, it's just all about attacking, because I really have to have fast set. I really have to catch up on this sector, so then I can finish the race and at least on podium. With the incident I had, I'm glad if I can do, because I was dropped off by Italian so badly, the Mercedes driver. But he actually, we had a conversation about that on post lobby, but he was not even like kind enough to apologize. I also made one mistake which we will see ahead, but he was. I apologized to the driver, and then also I have given the position back. Here I made a huge mistake. So the wiper was coming out from the pit. I didn't realize that he's going slow on there. I thought he would be gone by then. I took my wrestling. I'm gonna show you guys this week what happened there, and I backed off here. I did not overtake. I have enough chance to overtake here. I'm not gonna do that because it's my fault, completely my fault. If it was a real life racing, as you can see, I'm going on my line. I'm carrying lots of speed. If I break there, I'm gonna have spin out. So I had no other way, because he was going very slow on the track, because he just came out from the pit. So obviously he didn't realize that I'm behind him or something. He just jumped in pit. He's taking his line. Probably he wanted me to go from wider and take the outside line, but I didn't really realize that he's going slow. It was my mistake actually. I shouldn't have done that. So I gave him enough space to go, but we gave him time to settle down, and then from there I decided he's going slow, I can attack. So this is the incident again. I didn't really see him from anywhere, and as you can see, I didn't try to overtake there. I just gave him time to settle down. I just followed him, and then when there's a chance, obviously I have to overtake at some point, because I'm faster and I'm carrying a lot of speed. I don't want to waste my tires on this point. But yeah, it was good bit of racing, also a racing incident, I would say. But that can happen, but I hope I showed him enough respect there. And then in here also we had a small contact, but it's just I'm squeezing through, and then I took my line and goodbye to you. But also in post lobby I apologize. I just decided to apologize to him. He was alright. He also admitted that he was driving slow there, and shouldn't have, and I shouldn't have that. So at this point of race, Corvette seems going very slow, because Corvette has no more tires. Probably struggling. He's struggling with his tires, I know. So the African seems going very slow, and he also missed his break points. He went way too wide and coming inside, and then because of that I'm using his slipstream. I'm using every bit of his slipstream to get my pace, and probably in this corner I can just overtake him. No, it's too early to make a move, so we backed out. We took the normal racing leg. Oops, he spins. I was so lucky there, guys. I must say that I was so lucky there, because if I had an even tiny drop of touching there, I could have get a 4-second penalty. But I'll show you the video there. I'll show you what happened exactly there. But I was so lucky. If I tried to get the move, rather than in here I backed off. If I was staying close to him, I could get the penalty. As you can see, I was just using his slipstream to get the pace, and he oversteered himself there, and then he went for a 360. Boom! In here, I was so lucky there. I must say, if I was like, as you can see, okay, I'll show you one more time this had happened. So he went too wide there. I'm taking my normal racing line. I'm all good. I'm having carrying a lot of pace there, and then I'm also on his slipstream. And on the next one, I just backed off a little bit. If I was staying with him, I could get a penalty because he spun himself out. But boom, there you go. He was actually, I think he gave the throttle too early without without straightening up the car. Somehow he managed to get the position, but I felt so lucky there. If I was even a tiny touch could it get me a penalty for a second. But I don't know how this Italian didn't get the penalty, because I don't really understand this penalty system sometimes. I i got 3-second penalty, I mean, many times for just for touches. But this guy in ahead, the Mercedes driver, he spun me out. He purposely hit me, but he didn't get any penalty. But anyway, coming back to the race, we are really focusing on this driver whom I can catch. Finally, see, my strategy seems working very well. And then at this point, he decided to go to the pit and then get some fresh tires. He was struggling a bit with his pace, and then that gives us P3. So now these 2 laps, I really need to go fast and catch the time that I need to do my third pit stop, because I have to be in front of them when I come back from my second pit stop. Sorry. So if I can do that, I'll be able to keep my P3 position. And then I just realized the Volkswagen driver ahead didn't really use any tires at this point. So probably because of that, he has to pit at some point, or else if he runs this way, he will get a 1 minute penalty. So eventually it's P2 for us. So during these 2 laps, I was really focusing having a good lap at least. I mean, I can't say I did my best in this race, because my personal best here was 156. I did 2 minutes. I don't know what I was doing there, but it happened. But somehow I just need to keep my head up. And then since I have the P3 saved, I jump into 4 positions from that incident. So I'm glad I did. Now it's all about making a different margin. So when I pit in to do my second pit stop, I'll be able to go ahead and just come ahead of the, the P4 guy, whoever it is. And then from there, I'm on a fresh tires. Even though it's hard, I can just go and get the job done. So also during this race, you have to monitor what others do, because right now I have the Beetle guy ahead me, but no point of attacking him, because I know that at some point he will have to pit again. So as long as I'm close to him, I'll be able to. Oh, I made a massive mistake there. I went too wide. I just lost my braking point, and then that cost gave me a penalty. And top of that, catching up with him. Anyway, I was not really attacking to catch him up in, because there's no point for me to catching up with him. He's gonna get 1 minute penalty later on, as I realized he was running 2 softs. No, he was running 1 soft and 1 medium. He did not use hards. So at this point, he will have to use the hard. So, and then he will have to do the pit stops. And so I'll be fine. I'll be all good to get P2 or P3 easily. Let's see, I have to pit on this lap, but my pit strategy works really well. Because of this pit strategy, I could win the race, but because the incident we had put us down. But now we are going to pit in and get our last pit in with the hard tires on. No refuels, no need to do any refuel. I have just enough fuel to finish the race. And yes, my strategy works. I'm way ahead of 3 seconds with hard tires on. Again, new tires, no issue. And yes, I'll be lacking a little bit of pace. I have a half a second penalty there, but I don't really have to drive super crazy right here. I just have to do some safe laps and get P3 or P2, whatever it is at this point. I'm just focusing on that. But also the guy, Finland guy in here, he also made a mistake. He's on his softs. He's on a fresh softs. So because of them, he's gaining a lot of time. Like at whenever I see, he was nowhere when I come out from the pit. He was nowhere. He was like way behind. And in the final lap, I just realized he was gaining a lot. I don't know how the heck he did it. He was gaining a lot. He was having 5 seconds or something when I came out, right? And then at the end of the race, he was right behind me. So, and but obviously he didn't, he had the penalty, which is 1 minute ultimate penalty for not using the tire wear that is given. So I'm driving very safe lap here. I don't want to do anything crazy. I know the Britain guy in here, he didn't stop. So the moment I realized he did not pit, I was fine, because he uses one soft and one medium, I think. Yeah. So I used one soft and one medium as well, but he didn't use any hards. So it's my P2 position. I don't have to give up it. I just have. So Lexus driver is all close to me. I have no other way to go but rather than decide. So I decided to go defensive here, but because of my way to decide, I just lost my entry speed to the straight, and he's going side by side. Lexus is way faster than me in there. Oops, oh no, we managed to keep second place there. It was a very close one. It was very close. Let me show you what happened there. So it was very close one. I don't know how I won that. Did I won or did I just lost it? But he had a 1 minute penalty. I think I lost the battle, but he won it. This is Emifre Racing from a British driver in Lexus, and there we go. I was trying. I should have been a little. I should have taken a little wider line than that. That's what my mistake. Because of that, I sacrificed my. And look how close you are, and he used all my slipstream, and he just jumped into, yes, no. I think on there on the. Let's have a look again. Let's have a look again. All right, so I'm taking. All right, I'm gonna slow motion. I took the vehicle line. I just sacrificed my entry there. I shouldn't have done it. I should have been a little more wider, so I could carry much more speed. But anyway, it happens. And then he's going, so I use all my slipstream. Yes, he just passed me. No, yes, he did, right? He did pass me at the end. It was a really good racing. If anyway, good points, good race. Apart from that, it was supposed to be a race win for us. And we also had a friendly lobby. I also made sure I just apologized to him for on the post race, the Viper Finland driver. I just said I'm sorry about what happened there, blah blah. I also sent a message, tried to do apologize, and then I told him that I just gave the space that he need to settle down. He admitted. He also said that he was slow. So good bit of racing, and no harm done. Everyone's happy. So fair play. Shout out to Amy for racing during that race, and it was a clean race at the end and a really good one. Really good one at the end. But unfortunate for us, we jumped P1. We started P1, but we finished P2. But with the incident happened, dropping to P7, and then we managed to gain back 5 positions and just driving clean and keeping it simple again. So guys, one request: don't do things that make you look bad on the track. If there is anything happen, if you feel like it's not good enough that what you did, and it's bad racing, just keep the position away. It will make you look good in the races. It will make you looks like a better driver than a faster driver. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you will have a great races ahead, and shout out to all the guys who was on the race. Thank you again.
Leaving in racing work. Well, Misha came, they come against a spiller. Vincent almost an instant there to Hedges. Just got caught out on the outside.
To the inside, will be on the outside now. Whitehander and Blackhander got past. Will outside with the Japanese manufacturer on the inside of BMW, pushed wide into the